Ben was notorious among his friends for his absent-mindedness, but losing his car keys at midnight in an abandoned parking lot was a new low. He patted his pockets frantically, hoping they'd magically reappear. Nothing. He cursed himself for his bad luck.
He'd only stepped out of his car to check the map on his phone when, slam, the door had locked behind him.
And now here he was, stranded with only the glow of his phone lighting the eerily silent parking lot. Taking a deep breath, Ben decided to retrace his steps.
He squatted down, hoping to catch a glint of metal in the dark.
As he scanned the ground, he heard a faint, unsettling sound like something scurrying. He froze, glancing around, but saw nothing. "Calm down, it's just a raccoon," he muttered, trying to reassure himself. He resumed his search, crawling on his hands and knees. But as he reached under a parked car, he heard the scurrying noise again. Closer this time, Ben's heart raced. He whipped around, his phone's flashlight slicing through the darkness, but all he could see was an empty stretch of concrete and shadows. As he crouched there, he felt something cold brush against his hand.
He yelped and pulled back, only to see a tiny pair of glowing eyes staring back at him. A raccoon.
It held something in its tiny paws, something metallic that caught the light, like keys.
Ben whispered in disbelief. The raccoon stared at him, its little face impassive, as if it knew exactly what it had.
Without warning, the raccoon bolted, scampering across the parking lot with Ben's keys clinking in its grasp. "Oh, no you don't," Ben shouted, scrambling to his feet. He chased after the raccoon, who darted under cars, leapt over puddles, and somehow managed to stay just out of reach.
Ben's lungs burned, and his heart pounded as he dashed after it, the absurdity of the situation somehow forgotten in the heat of pursuit.
Finally, the raccoon paused by a dumpster, turning to look at Ben as if daring him to make a move. Ben edged closer, his hand outstretched, ready to grab the keys.
But just as he lunged, the raccoon tossed the keys into the dumpster, gave him a smug look, and scampered off into the shadows. "Are you kidding me?"
Ben groaned, peering into the dumpster's dark depths with a resigned sigh. He hoisted himself up and clambered in, trying not to gag at the smell.
He felt around the trash, finally grabbing hold of the keys.
Triumphant, he pulled himself out, shaking off bits of mystery muck. He pressed the key fob, and his car lights blinked in relief.
As he drove away, he glanced back at the parking lot, half expecting to see the raccoon waving goodbye.
But it was empty, the only evidence of his adventure a faint, scurrying sound somewhere in the shadows.